There's an old saying in politics: when you play with fire, don't be surprised if you get burned. And in Canada's 2025 election, that fire was Khalistani extremism, and the people who got burned were the very politicians who once welcomed it. For years, Canadian leaders treated Khalistani separatists not as a threat, but as useful allies for the votes. But this time, the voters spoke out loud and clear. Enough is enough. The biggest loser of this election were not just political parties, but the entire Khalistan movement in Canada. Let's take a step back. The Khalistan movement began in India back in 1980s, causing terrible violence. It led to the death of thousands, including the assassination of then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1984. It also resulted in one of the worst attacks in Canada in 1985 that killed 329 people. Most of them were Canadian citizens. It was Canada's worst terror attack. Well, while the movement lost a lot of support in India over the years, it stayed alive in small pockets abroad, specifically in Canada, that is home to over 770,000 Sikhs, the largest Sikh diaspora that is living outside India. In Canada, some Khalistani supporters used gurudwaras, cultural groups, and even academic spaces to keep their ideology alive. We are not saying that all Sikhs supported Khalistan. We are saying that some minority group in the Sikh diaspora only supported this ideology. Politicians, eager for votes from these communities, stayed silent and even encouraged them. Under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, things went further. His government removed references to Sikh extremism from terrorism reports. Ministers attended parades featuring images of Indira Gandhi's assassination. When people like Gurpatwant Singh Panon, or also we can call it terrorists like Gurpatwant Singh Panon, called for violence against India, Trudeau's government dismissed it as freedom of expression. But everything changed in 2023 when Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a key Khalistani figure, was shot dead in Canada. Without evidence, Trudeau accused India of being behind it. Now, this shocked the entire world. Canada's allies like the US and the UK refused to back Trudeau's claim without any proof. India simply stood its ground, repeating calmly, "We have not received any credible evidence." In the meantime, Trudeau's accusation turned him into an international meme. On Indian social media platforms, people mocked Canada's weak stance and Trudeau's diplomatic blunders. It became clear that Canada had picked a fight that it cannot win. Historically, Canada had a pattern of protecting Khalistani extremism. Back in 1980s, Justin Trudeau's father refused to extradite Talwinder Singh Parmar, the mastermind of one of the deadliest attacks. India asked for Parmar after he killed police officers in Punjab. Canada kind of refused it. Then Parmar stayed in Canada and later he planned one of the deadliest attacks. After that, for decades, this failure haunted Canada's security image. Then fast forwarded to 2025. Trudeau stepped down, leaving a damaged Liberal Party behind. Jagmeet Singh, leader of NDP and often accused of supporting Khalistani sympathies, lost his own seat. His party fell below the number that needed the official status. This was a clear message from the voters that supporting Khalistani is not something that they support. Even Pierre Poilievre's conservatives, who had tried to balance both the sides, saw voters reject candidates linked to Khalistani's voices. The numbers tell a very big story. In ridings with large Sikh population, voter turnout dropped by 8% as compared to 2019. Exit polls showed younger Sikh voters were less interested in Khalistan than their parents' generation. A 2024 survey by Liga found that 72% of Canadians viewed Khalistani as a threat to national security. Even in Punjab, India, support for Khalistan is below 5%. And this is according to CSDS survey. The idea of Khalistan has no real ground, not in India, and increasingly not even abroad.